I'll be very happy if anybody can raise up their hand and say, I can go to my area of constituents, my local governments, and I can stay there in peace for 1 week. Who can do it here? Including our gatekeepers. Who can do it here? Including the Senate President, including the Speaker. But you left the traditional rulers. You left district heads, the Baales, to continue to stay there. And you are saying all will be well in this country. We are the ones facing these youths. We know their problems, and we have been talking every time. You sit in beautiful offices and you all think all will be well, that you are taken care of. What's the essence of you being a politician? That you cannot even move around freely. You cannot. Nobody. Do you think Abuja is only Nigeria? Or Lagos is only Nigeria? 36 states of this country. Some people are there, you left them, you abandoned them, and you are making laws and you are administering. What are you administering?
Yo, welcome to this channel. That is the Ooni of Ife, lambashing them in their chamber because those men has no shame for anything. The country is going down and they can open their eyes and share funds among themselves. Recently, the Nigerian Islamic State police accused IPOB and ESN of attacking Imo Correction Center, killing inspector, freeing 7 inmates. No, there's nothing like IPOB, there's nothing like ESN. Those people being held there are being kidnapped by the Nigerian Islamic State police. And many of them, as we have in Obize Barrack, where Biafrans' organs are being stored and sold for organ replacement, organ transplanting to politicians and very rich individuals in the Islamic State. This is the crime committed by the Islamic State against Biafra, not just a genocide alone. The chairman of the Amnesty International Nigeria, Issa Sani, is actually going and saying Senegal police officer killed 3 public people, including a 16-year-old boy, and arrested hundreds in a violation crackdown of protesters in St. Louis, Dakar, from the 9th to 10th of February. Meanwhile, because he's a Fulani, his boss, his fathers are controlling the Islamic State Army to commit genocide against Biafrans in Igbo land, in Biafran territory, in the so-called eastern part of Nigeria. Meanwhile, he's going out of Africa, out of Nigeria, and putting a blind eyes on that and reporting what is happening in Senegal. This is from the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. It says, joint Biafra Prime Minister security briefing as the war in Orlu state enters 6th day. Nigerian hire mercenaries to fight Biafran army because they could not subdue us. Our target remains to neutralize any aggressors against Biafran people, and we are currently facing aggression from mercenaries. That is what the Islamic States are doing right now. Mercenaries in terms of the repented Boko Harams that went to train in Sudan, they are being incorporated into the Nigerian army to fight, because people that were just trained for 6 months, tell me what kind of orientation are they going through? They are being put into the Nigerian army and sent to the southeastern part of Nigeria to combat and to terrorize and to make life difficult for people, Indibos. This is what we have been calling the world community about, the international community about, and they are still putting a blind eye on us. The so-called Amnesty International is supposed to be speaking for us. We never speak because their son is the one in charge of Amnesty International. After you finish colonizing the country over 60-something years ago, you are still coming back. He said UK signed you to allow British lawyers practice in Nigeria. You can imagine you have signed so-called an independent country and you are still calling your lawyers What is an independent country, a sovereign state? You are not telling your lawyers you can go and practice in Nigeria. What is the meaning of that? That's the neo-colonialism. That is what is happening. And we are telling the world this is happening right now in eastern part of Nigeria. The massacre and the genocidal war against Indians is ongoing. On this case, I'm going to rest my case. Thank you very much for listening.